Welcome back to the channel, Fiercely Collecting here. And what you see in front of you is probably not what you were expecting from a Fiercely Collecting YouTube video here. But today we are going to be covering the latest Fast and Furious Universal Studios collaboration here with PUMA. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw online, at least somewhere. I know they were pumping out ads and stuff for this like crazy. It was all over my Instagram and Facebook. So I'm sure it probably was for you as well if you follow or have anything to do with Fast and Furious. But they just dropped a new line. Like I said, PUMA in collaboration with Fast and Furious. And this particular one that I got was part of the PUMA Hoops section with Mellow Ball. So he had a pair of shoes here released. And then I also picked up the matching sweatshirt. And of course, it is all referencing Brian Supra, which I thought was really cool. There was a bunch of different stylings. They had some other swag that was from Brian's Too Fast, Too Furious Skyline. They had Suki's S2000 and then Dom's Dodge Charger. I was torn. I almost got the not the S2000, but the R34 shoes. I still honestly might go pick them up. I'm not sure yet. But I was really torn between those and the orange Mellow Ball basketball shoes. But I ended up going with the basketball shoes. And like I said, the matching sweatshirt. I did bring out the little Brian Fig along with one of the Jada models here of Brian Supra, just so we can kind of look at this and the shoes and stuff and kind of like see some of the details. So this is the one that has the like working underglow and everything. But enough about that. The sweatshirt in the back, it is cool. You have the Fast and Furious logo, the Puma, and then you got like this kind of like warning, almost looks like a NOS label here. Got a bunch of other, try not to like knock it down, bunch of other like kind of like crazy tribal stuff. It just looks like it's from that Fast and Furious era. You have the tread marks going across. It's a like kind of a washed look and kind of has like that vintage torn feel, but it's really, really comfortable. And especially here in the Pacific Northwest, I basically live in a sweatshirt for like 6 months. So super comfy. Definitely excited to be wearing this. But the other thing we picked up here were these shoes. So I have my camera like as high and as far back as I can go. But this box is ginormous because I have ginormous feet. But you can see here's some of the logoing here on the box. This side looks really cool. Got the Fast and Furious logo and then kind of some of the graphics from Brian Supra there. Then once again, I think this is LaMelo Ball's logo or his like little, his logo. And then Fast and Furious again. And then, so it is, like I said, officially licensed right there. But we will crack one of these bad boys open. If you go on the PUMA Hoops Instagram, you can see they did like a huge thing. I think it was at the NBA, their All-Star Weekend. So they had like a huge event with a ton of cool promotional stuff. But these are pretty wild. I don't think I've ever worn a pair of shoes that are this crazy before. I mean, this is super, super crazy. I do wish that, I mean, you can tell, like if you can tell that this is like supposed to be after Brian Supra, but I wish there was maybe just a little bit more that kind of made it look more like the graphics. But here you have Mellow Balls, his little graphic back there with the Fast and Furious. You have the same on the inside. Let's see if I can get it open here to see, but it is on the sole in there. And just holding these up here real quick to kind of show you what some of the graphics look like. So you can tell like the back of the car kind of looks like here, the back of the shoe. And then kind of more up by the guy there, you can see that portion, which definitely looks like this. And then some of like this like silvering, I guess they're kind of trying to go after him, like throwing his like spear or whatever. But like I said, I wish there was maybe just like, I don't know if they could have like exactly copied that logo and put it on the side, but maybe if it was just a little bit more, I mean, it's still, you could definitely tell it has the Fast and Furious branding there on the back. I will show the bottoms. And I do apologize if you are a big basketball fan. I don't really follow it that much. So if I'm like butchering anything about Mellow Ball, then like I said, I do apologize. But, you know, I'm here just for the Fast and Furious portion of this. So these will be kind of like a special occasion sneaker here. I guess if I go maybe to like a car show, or like I am planning on going to the Diecast SuperCon convention in March. So I will probably be wearing these. So if I am there, you guys will definitely be able to spot me. Just look for the guy in the humongous bright orange shoes. But these are pretty cool. I was very excited. I was watching and waiting for this drop to release. I was excited to pick it up. I might try and go back and get the R34 shoes. We will have to see. They are like a little more tame looking, I guess, just because it's like silver and blue, not bright orange and like neon green, but pretty cool. There was definitely some mixed reviews online. Some people definitely didn't like it. Some people thought it was really cool. A bunch of you were like sending me the like ads and stuff for it. And yeah, I was definitely well aware of this and was not going to miss out. And here we have it. It looks really cool seeing all of this stuff together here on display. It's almost like I don't want to even wear the shoes, keep them like super clean so I can just display them, but that would be a waste. If anything, I can have the box on display and just try to keep the shoes a little clean and fresh, but we got to get some miles on them. That is for sure. So I know this is not your typical Furiously Collecting video, but I had to make a video on it just because it is Fast and Furious related. And we are in the 25th anniversary year here of Fast and Furious. Just a ton of crazy stuff and products coming out. So you know I will be your one-stop resource here to cover it all. So thank you for stopping by, tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.